Let me tell you something that might make you uncomfortable. Right now, as you listen to these words, you are dying. Not metaphorically, not poetically, literally. Every single second that ticks by is a piece of your life that you will never, ever get back. Harsh? Perhaps, but this is exactly what one of history's greatest minds wanted you to understand over 250 years ago. Benjamin Franklin once wrote, "Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of." Read that again. Let it sink in. Time is not something you have. Time is something you are. Your life is not measured in achievements or possessions. It is measured in moments. And every moment you waste is not just lost time, it is lost life. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've worked hard my whole life. I've earned the right to relax. And you're absolutely right. You have earned that. But here's the question Franklin would ask you: is taking it easy the same as throwing your life away? Franklin was not just a founding father of America. He was a scientist, inventor, diplomat, writer, and philosopher. He invented the lightning rod, bifocal glasses, and the Franklin stove. He helped draft the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. He founded libraries, fire departments, and universities. How did one man accomplish so much in a single lifetime? The answer is devastatingly simple: he refused to waste a single moment. You see, Franklin understood something that most people never grasp. Time is not like money. If you lose money, you can earn more. If you make a bad investment, you can recover. But time? Once it's gone forever. There is no savings account for time. There is no loan you can take out. Franklin famously said, "Time is money." But that phrase has been misunderstood for centuries. He didn't mean you should spend every moment making money. He meant that time has value, infinite value. And just like you wouldn't throw $100 bills into a fire, you shouldn't throw your hours into meaningless activities. Think about this: if someone stole $100 from you, you would be furious. You might call the police. But when someone wastes an hour of your time with meaningless gossip, do you feel the same outrage? You should, because that hour was worth far more than $100. That hour was a piece of your life that can never be replaced. Franklin did not leave this philosophy of time as abstract theory. He lived it every single day. His daily schedule is a masterpiece of intentional living. Every morning at 5 o'clock, Franklin would wake and ask himself one question: what good shall I do this day? Not what do I feel like doing, but what good shall I do? From 6 to 8, he would wash, eat breakfast, and plan his day. From 8 to 12, he worked. From 12 to 2, he read and ate lunch. From 2 to 6, he worked again. From 6 to 10, he enjoyed dinner, music, and reflection. And before bed, he asked, what good have I done today? Notice something important. Franklin's schedule was not all work. He made time for meals, rest, entertainment, and relationships. He was not a workaholic. He was a man who understood that every activity has its place and that the key is to be intentional about all of it. The opposite of wasting time is not constant labor, it is purposeful living. Franklin identified several ways that people squander their precious time. And here's the uncomfortable truth: most of us are guilty of all of them. The first enemy is idleness. Not rest. Rest is necessary and good, but idleness, that paralysis of sitting in front of a television for hours, not because you're enjoying it, but because you can't summon the energy to do anything else. The second enemy is trivial conversation. Franklin valued silence as one of his 13 virtues. He wrote, "Speak not but what may benefit others, or yourself avoid trifling conversation." How many hours have you spent complaining about politics? Rehashing old grievances? These conversations feel productive, but they produce nothing except wasted time. The third enemy is worry. This one is particularly cruel because it disguises itself as responsibility. We tell ourselves that worrying about our health, our finances, our families is the mature thing to do. But worry without action is just time spent suffering about things you're not changing. The fourth enemy is procrastination. Franklin put it bluntly: never leave that till tomorrow, which you can do today. Every task you postpone doesn't just stay the same size, it grows. The letter you don't write becomes the relationship you lose. The exercise you skip becomes the health you sacrifice. Now, let me speak directly to those of you who have reached your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond. You have a unique relationship with time that younger people cannot fully understand. On one hand, you have more unscheduled time than you've had since childhood. The career is over. The children are grown. You have been given a gift that working people dream about: hours and hours of freedom. On the other hand, you are more aware than ever that this gift is finite. The body sends its signals. The friends who have passed remind you that your own clock is ticking. This creates a profound choice. You can spend your remaining time in fear and regret, or you can recognize these years for what they truly are: the most precious time of your entire life. When you were young, you had time but no wisdom. When you were middle-aged, you had responsibilities that consumed your hours. But now you have both the time and the wisdom to use it well. This is not the sunset of your life. This is the golden hour, that magical time when the light is most beautiful. Franklin listed 13 virtues that he practiced throughout his life. Among them was industry: lose no time, be always employed in something useful. Notice he didn't say be always employed in work. He said something useful. For a retiree, useful activities might include reading books that expand your mind, exercising to maintain your health, spending quality time with grandchildren, or volunteering in your community. The key word is employed, not busy. Employed. Busy means your schedule is full. Employed means your time is serving a purpose. You can be incredibly busy doing absolutely nothing of value. Franklin himself never truly retired. At 70, he was serving as ambassador to France. At 81, he was attending the Constitutional Convention. At 84, the year of his death, he was writing letters and conducting scientific observations. Another of Franklin's virtues was order. Let all your things have their places. Let each part of your business have its time. As we age, order becomes even more important. What truly matters to you? What relationships deserve your attention? What activities bring you genuine joy versus mere distraction? This is the time in life to simplify, to let go of commitments that no longer serve you, to release grudges that only poison your remaining days. Here is the final truth that Franklin's life teaches us. Time is not just the stuff that life is made of. Time is also the stuff that legacy is made of. What will you leave behind? Not money or possessions, those are the smallest part of any legacy. What wisdom will you pass to younger generations? What memories will you create? What good will you do that outlasts your physical presence? Franklin left behind a nation. He left behind inventions that still improve our lives. He left behind words of wisdom that still guide us. 2.5 centuries later, He achieved this by treating every moment as precious material. For building something meaningful, you may not found a nation, but you can found traditions in your family. You can mentor young people who need guidance. You can create art, write stories, record memories. You can love deeply and forgive freely. So here we are, at the end of our time together, and I want to leave you with one final thought. Your life is a work of art. Every day is a brushstroke. Every hour is a color on the palette. And you are the artist. Some of your canvas is already filled. You cannot change those strokes. But look at the canvas. There is still space remaining. Maybe a lot. Maybe just a little. But it is blank. And it is yours. What will you paint there? Will you fill it with the gray of worry and regret, or will you use your remaining colors to create something beautiful? Benjamin Franklin would tell you this: do not squander your remaining time. It is the most precious material you possess. Use it to create your final masterpiece. Because when the canvas is finally full, you will not be judged by how much time you had. You will be remembered by how well you used it. Do you love life? Then prove it. Starting right now, the clock is ticking. But for now, it is still ticking for you. Make it count.